Hi everyone, this is teacher Sandra. So this video I'll be going through Henry Park P5 2019 paper 2. So question 1, the ratio of adults to children. So let's write down the ratio. Adults to children was 2:1. Then they tell us that there were 885 boys and 637 girls. So these make up the children, right? So let's find out the total number of children. 885 plus 637 1522. So this make up the total number of children. So we also know from the question that the children is 1 unit, right? So 1 unit, 1522. So altogether, how many people are there at the zoo? In total, we have 2 plus 1. Over here, a total of 3 units. So that's what you need to find. 3 units will be 1522 times 3. 4566. Okay. Move on to next question 2. John wrote a decimal. He wanted to multiply it by 4. So he wrote a decimal. Initially, he had wanted to multiply it by 4. But instead, the decimal he went to multiply by 7. And he got the answer 1.05. So what was the decimal, right? So in this case, you got to work backwards to get the answer. So 1.05 divided by 7, 0.15. So he should have taken 0.15 to multiply by 4. The answer should have been 0.6. Question 3, we see a rectangular farm. We know the length is 550 meters and the breadth is 350 meters. So this Mr. Lee, he wants to fence up the farm. Okay, so when we're talking about fencing up the farm, we're talking about finding the perimeter. So first you got to find the perimeter of the farm. Perimeter consists of 2 lengths and 2 breadths. So we're going to add them all up. This is 2 lengths. We add together with 2 breadths. (1,800 meters). And the fence costs $15 per meter. So how much does he need to pay in total? So since the perimeter is 1,800 meters, multiply by $15 per meter. So this would be $27,000. Next, question 4. I'll draw a model for this question. Joe had more than Kim. $4,315 more than Kim at first. Afterwards, Kim gave Joe another $268. So I'll take out 268 from Kim and give this to Joe. So the question is asking us, how much more money did Joe have than Kim in the end? So when they ask us how much more, they're asking us for the difference. So we're looking for the difference in the end. The difference will be this part. So this is how much more Joe has than Kim in the end. 268 plus 4,315 plus 268 again. Yeah, 4,851. Question 5. We're supposed to draw the front view and the side view of this solid. So first, the front view. At the bottom, we would have 3. The first level, we will have 3. The second level, we will also have 3. So this is what the front view will look like. And as for the side view, the first level we will see 4. The second level we will see 3. So first level we will see 4. Second level we will see 3, like that. Question 6. Fractions. So fractions question always check if the fractions are referring to the same whole. This one says 3/5 of the pupils. This one says 1/6 of the girls. This one says 3/4 of the boys. They are all of different things. Okay, so they are not referring to the same whole. We cannot change them to the same denominator. So I'm just going to list down my fractions. They tell us that girls, 3/5, which tells us that boys would be 5 out of 5 minus 3 out of 5. Boys would be 2/5, right? So they say 1/6 of the girls wear specs. So girls who wear specs would be 1/6 of the girls. Of means times the girls, the fraction of the girls, 3/5 of the pupils. So we'll take 1/6 times 3/5 to find the fraction of girls who wear specs. Then we have now boys who wear specs. They say 3/4 of. Of is times the boys fraction would be 2 out of 5. So you take 3/4 times 2/5, and this gives you 6 out of 20. So the question wants us to find what fraction of the pupils wear specs. So we're going to add up the two fractions that wear specs. We have 3 out of 20, 3 out of 30, plus 6 out of 20. So this is paper 2, you're allowed to press the calculator, but I'm just gonna do my working. Change them to the same denominator. (24 out of 60). And if we simplify this, we can divide by 6. And divide again. The final answer is 2/5. Question 7. I'm going to draw a model for this. So in the crate, they tell us that 2/5 of the fruits were apples. 2/5, so I'm going to cut the fruits into 5 parts, out of which 2 units are apples, and the rest are pears. Then they tell us that half of the apples were sold. So okay, this one sold. They also tell us that 74 pears were sold. So but we don't know how much is 74, right? So I'm just going to indicate one part here. I say like that. I call this the 74, okay? And then this was sold as well. Okay. They tell us that there were a total of 150 apples and pears left. So this is the leftover. And this make up 150. from the model, I can tell that 150 together with 74, which is here, will give me 4 units, isn't it? Okay, so we know that 4 units is 150 plus 74. This is 224. So with this, you are able to find 1 unit, which is 224 divided by 4, 56. What was the total number of apples and pears in the crate at first? At first, in total, we have 5 units, right? So in order to find 5 units, you take 56 times 5, get 280. Question 8, we're supposed to find the sum of angle X and angle Y. Sum means plus, right? So ABEF is a square, so we straight away will know angle Y is actually 45 degrees. Because if you have a square and you cut it diagonally, you're dividing the angle into 2. So that's 90 degrees divided by 2. You get 45 degrees. Okay, so as for angle X, this is 90 degrees, isn't it? So to find angle X, it will be 90 degrees minus 21 degrees, which is 69 degrees. So X plus Y will be 69 degrees plus 45 degrees. (114 degrees). Question 9, for this kind of bar graph questions, right, you always go and look for the individual values first. Okay, so in this case, I've done so already. So red, 300 students, blue, 240 students, green, 420 students, and yellow, 60 students. Part A wants us to find the ratio of the number of students who chose red to those who chose blue to those who chose yellow. So we want red is to blue is to yellow. Red is 300, blue is 240, yellow is 60. First thing you notice about the ratio now, you have to simplify, right? So if all of them ends with 0, means you can actually divide by 10. Okay, so divide all by 10 means you can strike out all the zeros. Okay, so strike out the zeros, you're left with 30 is to 24 is to 6. They can all be divided by 6. And this is your ratio for part A. 5 is to 4 is to 1. Part B, Mr. Tan bought t-shirts for all the students. The total amount collected was $10,710. So for part B, we need to find out the total number of students. So everything 300 plus 240 plus 420 plus 60. This will give us the total number of students. Which is 1,020 students. So if the total cost of the t-shirt was 10,710, and we know that there's 1,020 students, 1050. You know that each t-shirt costs $10.50. Question 10. So we know the girls and the boys that signed up for a math competition, 744 girls, 1,498 boys. However, on the day of the competition, some boys did not attend. As a result, the N ratio was 6 is to 11. So there were some boys who did not attend. However, all the girls attended, right? Which means 6 units will represent 744. So from here, we'll be able to find out 1 unit. It's 124. How many boys were absent? So the question wants us to find absent, those who did not attend. So in order to find that, you just need to find 11 units, which is the boys who attended, right? (1,364) boys attended. However, 1,498 boys signed up, right? And only this attended. So how many boys were absent? Just need to subtract. 1,498 minus 1,364. 134 boys were absent. Question 11, we have Jake and Kim. We know that at first, in total, they have $3,139. Jake spent $254. Kim spent $185. In the end, Jake had 4 times as much money as Kim. So we know that in the end, they have 5 units, right? In total. We need to find out how much money is 5 units. So if at first they have 3,139, Jake spent 254, Kim spent 158. Sorry, 185, not 158. They have $2,700 in the end, and that is represented by 5 units in the end. So we can find out what's 1 unit, which is 2,700. Divided by 5. It's 540. So how much did Jake have at first? We're looking for Jake. In order to find Jake at first, we find Jake in the end. Okay? Jake had 4 units in the end. So 540 times 4. 2160. And if he had 2,160 in the end, because he spent $254, right? So we just add back that money that he spent to find how much he actually had at the beginning. 2,414. Question 12, part A, we're supposed to find the area of the shaded triangle. In order to find area of triangle, we need the base and the height. So in this case, base and height, both 4. So for part A, to find the area of the shaded triangle, half times base times height, which is equals to half times 4 times 4, which gives you 8 square centimeters. Part B tells us that the length of paper is 23 and the breadth is 8. So breadth is 8, length is 23. What's the greatest number of such triangles that can be cut from the piece of paper? Now, instead of looking at triangles, I'm going to combine 2 triangles to make 1 square. Okay, so my square is 4 by 4. Okay, length is 4, breadth is 4. How many of such squares can I cut out from the length? If the length is 23, my square is 4 cm by 4 cm. On the length, at the length, I'm able to cut away 23 divided by 4, 5 of such, right? Remainder 3 cm. How about at the breadth? I'm able to cut 8 cm, right? Divided by 4, I'm able to cut 2. So in total, the length I can cut 5 squares, the breadth I can cut 2 squares. All in all, I'll be able to cut 10 squares. Okay? But 10 squares, the question is looking for triangles. So in 1 square, I have 2 triangles, right? So 10 squares times 2 triangles each in total, I can cut out 20 triangles. Question 13, I'm gonna draw the repeated identity model to illustrate Ali and Ben. 2, 1, 3, 213 stems. Ali and Clement, 270 stems. Who is repeated here? Ali is repeated, right? So if Ali is repeated, I'm going to cut out Ali in front. Let's call this Ali. Okay, so the back will be Ben, and over here the back will be Clement. So the question tells us that Ben is 4 units and Clement is 7 units. So over here I can cut this like 4 units and Clement would be 7 units. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's a bit too long. Let me just change it. Like that. So from the model, we know that we're able to find the difference. The difference is here. Okay, so if you take 270 minus 213, get 57, and that's the difference over here, which actually gives us 3 units, because 7 minus 4 is 3, right? So 3 units is 57. 1 unit will be 57 divided by 3, which is 19. The question wants us to find Ali. So this is what we want to find. So in order to find Ali, I first need to find Ben. If I know Ben here, 4 units, I'll be able to find Ali. So now let's find 4 units. (19 times 4) is 76. Then I'll be able to take the total of Ali and Ben, which is 213, minus Ben. I get 137. And that is the answer for Ali. Question 14, the figure is made out of 2 squares. Find the area of the shaded part. So the plan for this is to find the total area of the 2 squares that you have. You have 1 big square, you have 1 small square. Okay, find the total area. Afterwards, we'll find the area of the blue triangle here, this unshaded one, but I'm going to shade it blue now. And also the green triangle here. Okay, so let's call this triangle A, and this is triangle B. Alright? So first, area of the big square, 15 times 15, 225. Next, area of the small square, 7 times 7, 49. So the total area of the figure, which is the big square plus the small square, 274. Next, let's find triangle A. Half times base times height. Your base will be 15 and the height is 15. 112.5. Area of B, half times, what is the base? base is here, which is 15 plus 7, 22. So half times the base of 22 times the height of 7 gives us 77. So the total area of A plus B will be 112.5 and 77. You get 189.5. And this A plus B makes up the unshaded part of the figure. So in order to find the shaded part of the figure, you simply take the total area, which is 274, minus the unshaded part of the figure, which is 189.5. Let me just put a bracket here. This is the total unshaded. Okay. So if you subtract, you get 84.5. And that will be your area of the shaded part. Question 15. I'm going to draw a model to illustrate. So a baker bakes some eggs. She used 1/3 of the eggs to bake tarts. So this part she already used for tarts. And she also used 92 eggs to bake muffins. Now, we don't know how big is 92. Okay, I'm just going to show like that. Okay, that this is 92. And this was used to bake the muffins. Afterwards, she used 2/3 of the remaining eggs to bake cakes. Now, the remaining eggs, they want it to be 3 parts. But I don't have 3 parts at the remainder. So what I'm going to do is to drop down the model. And I'm going to cut it into 3 equal parts and show that 2/3 of that remainder was used to bake cupcakes. Afterwards, she still had 36 eggs left. So how many eggs did the baker buy? So we're trying to find the total at the beginning. So I'm going to have to find my 3 units at the bottom here. If I know 1 unit is 36, 3 units at the bottom will be 36 times 3, which is 108. So this part over here is 108. Okay, and if I bring it up, this is the same portion. This is also 108. So if you look carefully at the model, 108 is here. If I add 92, that gives me 2 parts on top, isn't it? Okay, so 108 plus 92. This gives me 200. And this is 2 parts at the top. So if 2 parts is 200, 1 part would be 200 divided by 2, which is 100. So how many eggs did the baker buy? Everything is 3 parts at first. So 100 times 3, the answer is 300. Question 16, volume. So first we need to find out how much water was in the tank at the beginning. So volume at first would be 2/5 times length times breadth times height. $357,000. So this amount of water was in the tank at first. Mrs. Tan then poured 12 pails of water, each containing the same volume of water, into the tank. In the end, there was 615 liters of water. So 615 liters is equals to 615,000 milliliters, which is equals to 615,000 cubic centimeters. So how much water was being poured into the tank? 615,000 minus the amount of water at first, 357,000, That gives us 258,000 cubic centimeters of water that was poured into the tank, which is what? Which is the 12 pails of water. So what's the volume of water in each pail? You simply need to divide divided by 12. Which is 215, 21,500. Okay, but however, they want us to give our answer in liters. So 21,500, this is in cubic centimeters. We're going to change it to 21,500 milliliters, which is equals to 21.5 liters. Question 17 is a percentage question. So Mr. Lau bought a tennis racket and a bag. So tennis racket and bag, he paid in the ratio 2:1. He spent a total of $168.75 on the two items. So 2 plus 1, we have 3 units. 3 units would be $168.75. So we want to find the cost of the bag. The bag was 1 unit, right? So you simply need to take 168.75 divided by 3. You find the cost of the bag, which is $56.25. That's the answer for part A. Now, in order to do part B, we need to find out the price he paid for the tennis racket, which is $56.25 times 2. So he paid $112.50 for the tennis racket. Okay, this is the discounted price. Now the question tells us that he was given a 10% discount for the tennis racket. If he was given a 10% discount, means he paid 90%. Okay, original price would be 100%. If he was given a 10% discount, this guy paid 90%. So 90% for the tennis racket is this, 112.50. But to find out what is the discount given for the tennis racket, divided by 9. $12.50. This was a discount given for the tennis racket. Discount for TR. Okay. The question tells us that in total, the discount given was $31.25. So I'm going to take $31.25 minus the tennis racket's discount, which is $12.50. So 18.75. This would be the discount for the bag. Okay, so the discount for the bag was $18.75. The question wants us to find what was the percentage discount given for the bag. In order to find percentage discount, we will take discount, which is 18.75, out of the original price of the bag. Okay, first we need to find the original price of the bag. The bag cost $56.25 after the discount. So $56.25 plus back the discount, $18.75. So the original price of the bag is $75. So now we take the discount out of original price of the bag times 100. This gives us 25%. This is the answer for part B. So that's the end of paper 2 for Henry Park. So please like this video and subscribe to Math Nuggets on YouTube. Happy practicing!